Foliotek's variety of data collection tools, including standards-based rubrics, data forms, surveys, and artifact repositories, help you construct a comprehensive data repository from which you can produce reports revealing all aspects of student and program performance. Let's take a look at a few of the reporting capabilities of Foliotek, starting with an evaluation report. I type in part of the name and then select from the list. Then I choose the phases and which records to include. On the bottom, I can filter by profile field for things such as ethnicity or any other profile field for data I'm collecting about my students. In this case, I want the data for every student that was evaluated, so I'm not using the filter. In a matter of seconds, Foliotek gives me a breakdown of what transpired. Here I can see the student scores for every unit as well as the expectations that were scored. A unit can be any standard or section or element of a portfolio. In this case, we are scoring against program competencies. Here is the student breakdown on scoring for Standard 1 as a whole. 11 out of 32, or 34.4%, earned exemplary. I can use both the ratio and percentage, giving me enough information to evaluate how valid my results are. We also have this information for every expectation that was scored. In this case, those expectations were set to be the program's performance indicators or sub-competencies, so we can pinpoint performance semester by semester in each subcategory to determine which areas are problematic. This information will help direct program improvement decisions. Moreover, it is exactly the kind of information most accreditation boards are interested in seeing. I can disaggregate this information down to the individual student level by clicking on the Records tab. Here I can see exactly what happened with my student on any evaluation. I can see here a summary of Joe's evaluation. He earned a score of exemplary on both units and an overall score of pass. If I wish to see the work that was turned in at any point in time, I click on the name of the unit and here is Joe's work. I scroll down to see the scores that were assigned to that work. Here is how he scored on each expectation, and at the bottom I see how he scored on the overall standard. Any comments left by the professor are also left here at the bottom. This breakdown of assessment information allows education programs to see how students are progressing over time. Let's review once again in reverse. This is the actual rubric, as it was filled out with a copy of the work as it was at that time. This is a summary of the rubric with the different units of scoring. These are all of the students that were part of the evaluation. And last, here are the totals. So a program evaluator can take a good look at how a student has performed. All reports can be exported via CSV file to Excel, SPSS, or any other favorite statistical analysis package. By giving you access to this raw data, Foliotek allows you to correlate this information with any other data that you've collected. By including a point value for each scoring level for both the expectations and the units, Foliotek offers you the type of data necessary to formulate a mean, a median, a mode, a distribution chart, a pivot table, or other types of data analysis. Now let's look at a data form report. Data forms can be included in a student's portfolio, and reports can be derived from the data collected from these students. In this case, I'm going to show you a field experience form. I choose the form here and I can filter it by date or other criteria. Those other criteria include program and group, or perhaps course. In this case, I want everyone's data, so I just click on Generate. I can now see a report with a breakdown of all student answers. Forms can be completely customized for whatever data you wish to collect. These forms can be set for the students to fill them out about their own experiences and/or to have the faculty fill them out regarding their experiences with that student, giving programs endless possibilities for data collection. Now, let's take a look at Pass Rates Report. Here I can break down pass rates in several different ways. Most commonly, this will be done by profile fields, so that's what I'll show you now. I want a report on how students perform on a set of standards within teacher education versus their ethnicity. Next, I'm choosing whether to base this on a list of standards as a whole or on a specific scoring guide. I'm looking for a junior checkpoint evaluation on standards 5 through 8, so I'm going to use that scoring guide. Next, I'll choose which evaluations I want included in the dataset. I want them all, but I don't want revision attempts. I only want their attempt for their first or initial trial. The last step here is to tell the system what means pass and what means fail. This option allows your pass rates report to maintain its integrity if you change your scoring scales over time. Whatever scale you choose will show up here. This is a simple scale designed for this demonstration process. The report offers a breakdown of the filters you used when running the report, in case you might have forgotten. And then it gives you a breakdown of performance versus the profile field that you've chosen. The ability to collect custom profile data on students and then cross-correlate that with customizable standards-based scoring rubrics yields student and program performance data that is invaluable in your student and program accreditation efforts.